fans. Oh, you can do that over here too? That's how you know I don't know what's going on here. It's all the stuff over here. What's that? What's that? Oh, that's a sticker. Hold on. Oh yeah. I guess so. Oh, I can only X. And I can always get on here later and ask these same questions because I really would like to know what's stopping you from becoming the best version of yourself. Inquiry minds want to know. Am my phone about to die? That sucks. Oh, answer my question. Answer my question. Because I would really like to know. I deal with imposter syndrome really, really bad and fear of being seen by like family and friends. And so that stops me from being consistent with the things that I know I want to do, I have to do, dreams, goals, career, everything. And so 2026 I said that I was getting out of that. Financial struggles. What's stopping you from becoming about financial struggles and being alone? Do you feel like because you're alone, you're struggling? Or you can't be the best version of you? Thank you, Marcus. I would like to know. Financial struggles, yes, everybody, yes, I get that. But the being alone part, do you feel like I'm alone with the household? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Do you work one job or two? Have you considered other sources of income or um other things you can do and everything? No family system, yeah. Depression. Lacey, why are you depressed? Do you know what's causing your depression? Is there something you feel like you're missing? There's a void. You feel like you should be at a certain stage in your life and maybe that's causing depression. The death of my cousin. Mm. So you and your cousin were really close. Um, Around how old are you, if you don't mind me asking, Lacey? I live in Germany. It's the social system is not as good as everybody thought. Mm, yeah, Germany's social system is not okay. Because I'm trying to think, like, I don't really know much about Germany, so I really can't speak to that. I know um, having a community is very important when you have children. I don't have any kids. I have brothers and sisters, but I'm the oldest out of all of them. And there is a difference between when my mother had me and when she had my little brother. He's able to get the best version of her because at the time that she had him, she was more ready than when she had me, and she had built a community by then. Where me, I was like her struggle baby. So there's a lot of things that I experienced with my mom that my brother didn't have to experience because by that time she had already built community and had a stronger support system, you know. So, and then Lacey, with your cousin, I don't really know how old you are, so I don't want to speak too much on that. But um, I will say, if you are older, are you still good with your mom? It's my biggest fear to mess it up. Yeah, me and my mom are really, really close. We're like best friends. When I was younger, I used to give her hell though. It was only for like a year. Like when I was a teenager, I turned like 16. It was like 1 year I just kept doing dumb shit back. Like I just kept getting in trouble. And me and my mom did not get along. Because I kind of resented her in a way for, I felt like she treated my sister better than me. And my mom did more for my sister because she didn't have a support system when it came to my sister at all. Like my sister father wasn't in the picture, like barely at all. Where I had my father's mom and cousins and aunts on my father's side that was able to help my mother with me. Um, I still grew up struggling, and I, of course, took on most of the weight because I was the oldest child. But now, me and my mom are fine. We are very close. Um, and then, as far as your biggest fear to mess it up, uh, sometimes I fuck shit up. Things not gonna be perfect. I struggle with perfectionism all the time. Things are not going to be perfect. Once you realize that, sometimes you do have to wing it. You don't know everything. You don't know everything. So it's like, you know, as long as you are communicating, "Hey, I'm not perfect. I messed up." Or you're trying, like I'm very big on, like, when I grew up, parents would be, "Oh, stay in the child's place. You don't have nerves. You don't have feelings. You don't have." I wasn't heard at all. I wasn't heard at all growing up. And now that I'm older, I speak my mind. And that wasn't a good thing. So if you do have children, I would encourage you to listen to your children too. Because a lot of times, like when you tell children they don't have feelings and stuff like that, you're hurting them. And then they're not going to come to you and talk to you about stuff. It's okay to set healthy boundaries with your kids. Listen to them, and sometimes you do have to let your kids know, like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I need you to give me some time. If they're old enough to really understand what you're saying, but we're gonna figure this out together. I'm not perfect because some kids do think that their parents are supposed to be a certain way, but we're all just figuring out. We're all just figuring life out. We're trying to figure out how to live, how to be right, how to, raise kids, how to raise ourselves. So, I mean, of course. And then Lacey, I don't know if you're on here anymore, but if you are, I would really like to know how old you are because depending on that would depend on what I would say about your cousin passing away. If you are older, and when I say older, I mean like 20s and up, I'm going to say that you have to also think about how would your cousin be okay with you not becoming the best version of yourself because they passed away? Because it's okay to grieve, but when you let grief take over your entire life, you will become stuck. You will become stuck. So it's okay to grieve, but also be aware of the things that you are trying to accomplish as well. Grief is a part of life, death is a part of life. Life is a part of life, people are new babies are born every day. So don't let your cousin's passing keep you stuck. Grieve, and if you need to go to therapy or get help, do that. If you need a community, do that. If you need to go to grieving counseling, do that. Do things that are going to help you grieve in a healthy way so that way you are not staying in a depressive state because being depressed is not a good thing. And I know it's easier said than done. I know that for sure. So I am going to say take your time. But if your cousin knew that they were going to pass and they knew that you were going to be depressed, I'm pretty sure your cousin would tell you to continue to live your life and not to be stuck. And think about all of the good things that you guys did together. And it's okay to miss people. I miss people now that's still alive that I had to grieve, that I had to let go, you know? And I miss people that are not alive that I wish I would have had more time with. My grandmother passed away. I missed her so much. But then I also thought about how my grandmother is proud of me. And I couldn't let my grief for her stop me from trying to be the best version of myself because I know that my grandmother is proud of me. And I know for sure that, she will want me to continue to go after my dreams and be present. And sometimes it's hard to do that, especially, yeah, especially when you don't have like people in your corner or people don't like see your vision. But at the end of the day, the vision wasn't given to you for other people to see. If I say I want to be a millionaire in a year or I want to own a school and somebody says, "Oh, you can't own a school." They don't know that shit. They don't know that because God didn't give them the vision. That's what you got it for. So also, don't place limitations on yourself and don't let other people put limitations on you either. That's the quickest way to fall. Again, I'm dealing with this too, so I know. If you're on here, make sure you go subscribe. Life is not easy, but it can be. It can be. Life is what you make it. So even when things in the world are not going good, you only can control what you can control. If you're still on here, you can respond to my question. What is stopping you from becoming the best version of you? I had two people on here responding, but I want to know what that is. It is a safe space. I don't know you. You can vent if you want to. But while you're trying to figure out what you're going to say, I'm going to tell you mine's. What's stopping me from becoming the best version of me is fear of being seen by friends and family, perfectionism, wanting things to be perfect before I actually started, which is not a good thing. Um, Comparison is the thief of joy, for real. I used to compare myself all the time, but what's for you is for you, and everybody's journey is different. So, yeah, telling people my plans and people looking at me like you can't do that, but that's why God didn't give them the vision; they gave it to me. So stop telling people what it is that you want to do, especially when you know they're not going to support you or they're going to look at you funny because they think that what you're trying to do is impossible when in reality it's not. And people only believe, like, if I say I clearly, if I say I want to be a makeup artist and people see that I know how to do makeup, of course they can be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. But people can only believe in you um as far as what they can see, and sometimes as far as what they've been able to do in their lifetime. Like, you tell somebody that you want to be a millionaire, they ain't never touched $1 million a day in their life, of course they're going to say that's impossible, especially when you come from poverty. You already don't come from a wealthy family. Nobody in your family has touched $1 million, and you come in here talking about you want to be a millionaire. They looking at you like you crazy because they don't believe in you because they ain't never seen it done before. But it's not for nobody else to believe in you, it's for you to believe in yourself. And then when you make your $1 million, yeah, you want to start a business. I work and I have a business. But if somebody said it's impossible for you to do both, that's because you wasn't able to do both. It's impossible for you to do both. Don't place your limitations over my life. Thank you. Your insecurities. Nobody got time for that. But unfortunately, I've let those kind of comments rent space in my mind, and I've let comments like that stop me from achieving certain things because I was looking for validation in the wrong places. And we do that. We look for validation in family, friends, partners, everybody. Just believe in yourself and stop giving a fuck about people. People ain't shit. Not all people. Some people ain't shit. But I mean, I think the hardest thing that, I've had to experience or live with, not forever, but is also like not being consistent because the work that you have to put in to get to where you want to be is so much. But then when you think about it, you want to be broke or you want to be consistent and have something? Do you want to struggle or do you want to be consistent and be stable? Like, these are real life questions you should be asking yourself. If you're able to take the wheel and drive your own boat, do it. But if you're not putting in no work and you sit here complaining about what you don't have, I don't wanna hear it. I know I need to lose weight. That's why I'm going to the gym. But if I stop going to the gym, I need to stop complaining that I'm fat. And I'm not even fat, but you get what I'm saying? What are you willing to do? And I had to ask myself that. What am I willing to do to get to where I wanna be? And I always used to be like, "Oh, the enemy is attacking me. The enemy is trying to stop me from the enemy." I'm the enemy because I'm not putting in the work. You be your own enemy. You be your own enemy. And there are people out here that genuinely don't want to see you succeed because they weren't able to succeed or they feel some type of way about the things that you have even though they did not work for them. There are people who are out here comparing their lives to yours and you trying to figure out why. The why is because you had the balls to get up and do what they couldn't or what they didn't. And they blame you for them not being successful even though they are the reason they're not successful. They blame you for struggling, even though they are the reason that they are struggling. The difference between you and them is what you're willing to do and what they are not. That's it. That's it. The hardest thing that I had to accept and come to terms with in 2023, I had a family member tell me, "We all know you think you better than us. We all know you think you better than everybody." In a group text. And none of the family in the group text said, "Don't speak for us," told her to stop, which told me that they had been having a conversation about me previously before all this stuff transpired because they all had been feeling that way. Ask me what I did to them. What exactly did I do? Nothing. That's what I did. I didn't do anything to them. I didn't belittle them. I didn't flex. I didn't nothing. They were upset because I was doing things that they did not do, that they felt like they couldn't do. They I was different and they knew that and that bothered them. They were jealous of what I had, okay? They were upset because I didn't come around like that because I was working and I have a business. That's not my problem. That's their problem because we got the same 24 hours. We have the same 24 hours. In the same way I got out here and I decided and woke up and made the decision that I'm going to have a business, you have that same opportunity as well. And you chose not to do it. We simply had choices and we made them and they were just different, but that doesn't make that doesn't make me think I'm better than you. You think that I'm better than you. That's now when you get down to the bottom of it, you think I'm better than you. And that's why you said that. Y'all think I'm better than y'all. And that's why y'all said that because y'all see what I have and y'all like, oh, she got this, oh, she doing this, oh, blah, blah, blah. And so y'all think I'm better than y'all. And that's why we're even having this conversation because I've never once said out my mouth, oh, I'm better than anybody. But I understand that people have traumas and struggles and insecurities that they're dealing with. And sometimes when you choose a different path than others and it works out for you, people will like to try, have you on the try, um, hold you accountable for their actions, make you the problem because they didn't succeed at something. So you have to be ready and you have to be strong. And I'm speaking to myself too. You got to be ready and strong. But all of those things I just mentioned stopped me from becoming the best version of myself. But it will no longer hold me. It will no longer keep me in bondage. Because at the end of the day, I have to make sure that I'm okay. And if I'm not out here succeeding, I'm giving them exactly what they wanted. I'm doing exactly what they want me to do, not to be successful because they want me to struggle just like them, and I'm not doing it. If it's up to me, I ain't doing it. But I gotta go. I'll be back on probably tomorrow. Bye.